Hey bookworms, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new. I'm Sam and in today's video we're going to be doing the mid-year book tag. I absolutely love watching the mid-year book tags from other booktubers and seeing what books they pick and how their reading year has been going. So I know I had to do this. I did it last year and I had so much fun. I have sort of changed it a little bit though, like I'm using most of the original questions, but there was like 2 questions that I didn't really have an answer for, and instead of me just saying like I don't have an answer for that and not being able to like give you guys a book, I decided to put a new question or 2 in. I'll make sure I link all the questions below, the original and my ones. So yeah, let's just get straight into the video, shall we? First question is the best book you've read so far of 2023. I've had quite a few 5-star reads, but I just feel like the one I read recently, I read this month, has to be the book that is picked for this question, and that is Define Rivals. This is my favourite edition. It's absolutely stunning. I did not think I was going to love this book as much as I did, but it was so good. It was emotional. It has a romance. It has war. It's historical fantasy, which if you haven't checked out my historical fantasy recommendation video, then go check that out. I give a bit more details on what this is about, but yeah, this has to be the best book that I've read so far. I'm gonna guess now, I'm gonna guess that this will be my top 10 of the year, maybe the top 5, so we will see if something beats it. I don't think it's going to though. This book was just so good, and if you guys have not read it, you definitely should pick it up. Like I said, it's historical fantasy, it's got war between 2 gods, we've got romance, magical element, it's just perfect. Next question is the best sequel you've read so far of 2023. And I really haven't read that many like sequels, so I found this really difficult at first, like trying to work out like what I could pick. And then I remembered one that I read that I actually did enjoy. That's going to be 4 Aunties and a Wedding. I really enjoyed this book. I gave this a 4-star. I love the characters. It's so funny, it's cozy, and it was perfect. I don't really have many sequels that I've read this year, which is shocking that I can say that like was a new favourite. So it's this one. Next question is a new release that you haven't read yet. So I was trying to look at on my bookshelf at what books came out this year that I really need to read, and then I ended up going with this one, Just My Type by Felon Ballard. So she's the one who wrote Release on Love that I really enjoyed. This book, I don't even know why I've not read it yet. I really need to get to it ASAP because I've seen a lot of positive reviews about this one as well. And I believe this is fake dating, office romance. I'm not too sure. I can't remember what this is about, but I do know that like I'm super excited for it. I was meant to be doing a video actually where this book was going to be in it, but that video got scrapped. But like I said, I've seen a lot of people talking about this book and it's been positive reviews, so yeah, I do need to get to this one soon. Next question is most anticipated release for the second half of the year. There are so many books coming out for the second half of the year, but I decided to just pick 2, which is honestly a little bit difficult. So the first one, of course, I feel like this isn't surprising, that as the sequel to Only a Monster, and that is Never the Hero. I am so excited for that book, like I cannot wait. I'm really nervous though, just because I've been let down by like sequels before that I've been really excited for, and I'm just praying that that's not going to be the case with this one. I'm honestly, my anticipation for this book is crazy. I believe this one comes out around September, August time, but I'm probably going to pre-order the Fairy Loot edition to match the first one I've got, that Fairy Loot edition, which is right here. So yeah, and then the next one is one I actually only found out about a couple months ago, and that's My Roommate is a Vampire. First of all, I love the cover and it just sounds fun. I just feel like it's going to be a really fun romantic read. It's going to be cute, it's going to be different, so yeah, I had to pick that one as well. That one comes out I think again around September, August time, so it's quite a way away. Yeah, but these 2 are probably the 2 that I'm most excited for. Like, yeah, there's so many more, but we'd be here all day if I was to like talk about all the ones I'm excited for. Next one is my biggest surprise. Now this I found difficult because there's quite a few books that have surprised me. In the end, I went for Hotel Magnifique. I'm not going to be able to pronounce the title. This is the title. I'm not going to pronounce it. But I picked this one because this is a book that I kept going back and forth with. I kept seeing everywhere. I would consider buying it. And then I remember I picked it up because my partner was like, asking me a question, so I felt like I needed to rush a little bit, and it was in my hand and I just bought it. I honestly didn't really go into this book thinking that it was going to be a new favourite. I ended up giving this book 5 stars. It completely shocked me, and I really can't wait to read more from this author. This book is about a hotel that disappears and reappears in new places. It's magical, but only people who have a lot of money or who are invited can actually go to this hotel. Our main character's sister ends up getting hired to work there, and she refuses to allow her sister to go alone. She doesn't want to be separated, so she ends up bribing her way in to work for this hotel. However, things aren't quite what they seem. I loved the magical element of this book. I loved the setting. I loved how it all came together, and I loved the twist that happened in it. Like, it got a lot darker than I thought it was going to get, and it's a shame that this isn't a series. I could easily read another book with these characters, but yeah, I'm definitely going to keep an eye out for more books from this author. I did not expect this one to be a 5 star. Next question is a book that made you happy, and straight up, it was so obvious when I saw this question. I was like, I know what book made me happy, and that is In the Life of Purpose by TJ Klune. His books are so magical and whimsical. He deals with a lot of tough situations, but just makes it easy to digest. And his books just feel like a cozy blanket. His characters just become really important to you. Like, I've not read one of his books now where the characters haven't meant something to me, and these characters made me smile, and I was so happy reading this book. It's so good. I have seen people have mixed reviews with this one, and I was very nervous, but yeah, no, this was such an amazing read. This was another 5 star read. That's 3 books from TJ Klune, making him an official favourite author, and I can't wait for a new book to come out by him, but we're gonna have to wait to next year, which is like, do I need to really wait that long? So yeah, this book made me so happy. Next one is favourite new author, so it could be debut or new to you, and for this one, it was one of my Fairy Loot books, and I remember reading this book thinking like, I'm probably not going to love it, it doesn't sound like my thing, and I ended up actually really enjoying it and giving it a 4 star. Now, I say I gave it a 4 star, and I feel like I should bump up to a 5 star because I haven't been able to stop thinking about it, and that is Spice Road. I've never read from this author before. I'm not too sure if this is actually a debut novel. It could be. Let me actually check. It should say. Yeah, so this is her debut novel. And yeah, I feel like this author could become a new favourite very easily. I cannot wait to continue the series, and this book is honestly absolutely stunning. So I'm hoping that her sequel will be a Fairy Loot edition as well, so they can match on my style. But this book is set in South Arabia. It's an adventure story about a girl who is trying to go and bring her brother back before like the others get him and he be sentenced for fleeing. It's got tea magic. There's so much to this book. There's a lot of twists, there's plenty of action. This book just felt non-stop, like stuff was going on. I never felt like I was bored or I was like, oh, this is dragging. This book was just honestly brilliant, and the way it ended, I need to read a sequel soon. Next one is the most beautiful book you have bought this year or been gifted. And I didn't want to like repeat any of the like answers, but I have to with this one because it really is the most beautiful book that I've had so far, and that is The Fine Rival. This is absolutely stunning. Like, I'm sorry, I had to pick this one. Like, the moment I saw that question, this book popped up into my head because it is honestly the most beautiful book that I own so far. Oh, I'm in love with this. I even have like an Instagram pic that I took of it, and I have it as my screensaver because I'm that in love with this book and how it looks that I was like, I want to look at this book all the time. So next question is one that I added on myself, and that's a series that you can't wait to continue. And honestly, I've started a lot of series, but I've already gave these books as answers, so I don't want to obviously repeat too many of the same answers, you know. So I end up going for The Fine Print. I started this book this year, and I really can't wait to continue the series. In each book we're following like a different brother who they're all rich, and I think we're following like their romance for each one. In this one, we're following this guy who is basically sort of like what's called Disney World, like park situation, and the woman who works there is helping. There's this romance. They definitely don't get on at first. This book was just a lot of fun, and I really can't wait to read the rest of the series. I actually did pick this series up though, simply because it was on sale in the works and everybody had been talking to it. God, talking about it. Maybe they do talk to it, I don't know. But yeah, I actually really enjoyed this and can't wait to see what happens in the rest of the series. Next question is what book or books do you need to read by the end of the year? And more of them. So I'm gonna say my favourite books because I want to read my favourite books as they come. Like, that was the deal when I got Fairy Loot. I was like, okay, I'm gonna read these books as they come. I cannot speak. as they come. I'm going to read them as they come. I want to make sure I read all my Fairy Loot books by the end of the year, especially because I do have a video plan regarding like my Fairy Loot books, so I need to. And then the next 2 books that I feel like I really do need to get to are the rest of the Lady Janie books I have. I bought these books with every intention to read them within that month, and I haven't got to them yet, so I do want to continue the rest of this like series. The next one I'm embarrassed that I've not read and people are going to judge me, and that is House of Sky and Breath. I have to read this by the end of the year. I do have the audiobook come in. I think next month. It's just because this is such a big book, and with my F&D it can be quite painful to hold for like a long period of time, which could slow me down with reading. So yeah, I've got the audiobook coming, which means technically I should be reading this next month. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a reading vlog for it though, and if you want spoilers or non-spoilers. I'm really excited because everybody says that the last sentence of the book gets them, like it literally grips them. So I'm just wondering what the last sentence is going to be. July has to be the month that I read this because like I said, I get an audiobook. It's going to happen. If you guys want me to vlog it, let me know and I will. I'm really nervous though. But yeah, I've got to read this one this year. Like, it's ridiculous. I think she's got a new one coming out. Maybe. So yeah, that's my mid-year book tag, and I can't wait for the end of the year to come to do like the book tag and seeing if any of these stay the same. If you guys end up doing this, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see what you pick for your answers, especially for like your favourite book for the year so far. I'm kind of expecting people to pick it's the book, it's the yellow one, it's by the author of Babel or Babel. I'm kind of expecting people to be putting that on their list if they've already read it, or that to be the one that people want to read soon. So yeah, these are all the books. I really hope that you actually enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and until next time, bye!